Now, in Indiana, they lost all their power and like, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy as ever. I mean, I assume because like, the trees and stuff, like, hit their houses and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Because they had a hurricane over there or whatever. And it's like the like officials is not going to try to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because like they don't care. They don't give a damn. Anyway, so that like, news, like, anchors and up there like, planning a like, concentration on like, what I'm saying, people looting. They don't even give a damn about what happened today, like, stuff or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they property being destroyed and they not making no news about that. They just making the news about them looting and shit. And that's some crazy shit. And that's on broke. Anyway, now this like, man got fed up with these like cops or whatever went out. And he ended up in a shootout with like the sports team or whatever went out. And the thing is that he lived to like talk about it or whatever. Because they took him into custody unharmed or whatever went out. Now I'm saying he like, shot like, two cops or whatever went out. Now I'm saying, but still though, I mean like shoot, he was unharmed or whatever went out. You know what I'm saying? And dude, like, probably got a whole bunch of respect for doing that or whatever. Not saying for real though, because like sometimes it go left. Sometimes it like, don't end up that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? The person like end up in the shootout with the cops and stuff like that. And like sometimes it don't happen to my brother or whatever when I but I remember it happened with that other brother or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But other times, like, you know what I'm saying, with other people, I'm telling you, gang, it's like, crazy. Because, like, yeah, I mean, like, shoot, they just, like, they trigger heavy. They shooting people up. And that's what, bro. Anyway, now, this, like, these people at, like, Texas Roadhouse is mad about the, like, case about how the case is going and like what I'm saying for Carmelo Anthony or whatever whatnot. And they like so mad 400,000 people in this Texas Roadhouse like road steakhouse or whatever is starting to spit in black people's food or whatever whatnot. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy as hell. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, that's some crazy shit. And that's some nasty ass shit. For real though, they spin in their food, put whatever they want in their food, make it look like, like it's legit or whatever, and serve it to them or whatever. I'm like, hell no, that's some nasty shit. For real though, they up there trying to say they want, they, like, treat them like, they supposed to or whatever. No, nah, that's not the case. They spend it all up in their goddamn food, and that's some nasty ass shit, and that's on bro. Anyway, now these cops, like, start messing with this, like, woman or whatever whatnot. Not saying because he was like, they said she was driving recklessly or whatever whatnot. And like, try to like, get information from her or whatever. And like, what I'm saying, they just like actually like, just try to like arrest her or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Detained her. You know what I'm saying? Her mom and her pops, came out just to see what's going on or whatever when out there up there trying to tell them what they like, what to do on their property or whatever when out, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy as ever. This dude, like, was a fucking hothead, gang. I'm telling you. He, like, actually was talking major shit and all that, you know what I'm saying? And plus, he like, end up like, putting handcuffs on him. And he even put handcuffs on his employee or whatever went on. You know what I'm saying? Around him because like, yeah, there was no education going on or nothing like that, gang. I mean, like, and this motherfucker just wanted to do this shit just to be doing this shit, you know what I'm saying? For real though. Anyway, another cop, like, you know what I'm saying, she, like, this escalated the shit, you know what I'm saying? For real though, because, like, yeah, and that other motherfucker was out of pocket or whatever, you know what I mean? For real though. Anyway, so she got the surgeon on the phone and all that. Now saying start talking to the surgeon or whatever whatnot. She escalated the problem. And that was like, you know what I'm saying? That was what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because like dude was trying to like, do some shit or whatever and place somebody under arrest or some shit or whatever whatnot. And if that cop didn't do nothing about that, he would have like tried to do some shit. Like, really do some shit or whatever. Like, he tried to put bogus charges on them or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad the cop was up there and seeking reason and just escalated the motherfucking shit. That's on bro. I don't know. Anyway, now, this like, man was like, up in his ride or whatever, whatnot. The cop, like, up there was saying that he was, like, his tags was, like, bad as ever. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I mean, that wasn't even the case or nothing like that because, like, dude just wanted to mess with him. That's all. For real though. And he tried to, like, ask him about his driver's license, stuff like that. He tried to give him his driver's license or whatever, whatnot. But the cop was too hot ass head and his ass just like, wanted to like, just actually like, do some crazy shit or whatever, whatnot, you know what I mean? And then he told him to get out the car or whatever, whatnot. And dude was like, he couldn't get out the car because he just had surgery. He said he got like, two like, what I'm saying, prosthetic legs in his back seat or whatever, whatnot. The cop just like, dragged him out the car. It was crazy as hell. Then he put him on his like, stomach or whatever. And then he was like, yeah, he got all up on his back. And he like, what you doing? You all up on my back? I just had surgery. Yeah, you on my back? Well, no, and the cop just like, was an asshole about it. You know what I'm saying? He was crazy, as ever. Just like I said, I'm saying like, had the chip on their shoulder, then they ass up there go be thinking they could do whatever the fuck they want to do or whatever want to, you know what I mean? Real though. Anyway, that motherfucker was out of pocket for real. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it was crazy as hell. Trying to place bogus charges on us, man, and all that. And then he put them right up in a, like, patrol car or whatever, whatnot, you know what I mean? And he was trying to talk to his wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like the tags was banned on the vehicles and shit. She was like, no, it's not. Real though, because, like, dude was out of pocket for that shit. You know what I'm saying? But the, like, charges, the charges was dropped because his ass, he didn't do nothing to the cop. He didn't do nothing to the cop. Around though. The cop has, like, always just want to try to do some shit, try to get away with shit and stuff like that. But that shit didn't work. Plus, that, like, lawsuit is pending for $5.5 million. It's still pending. And I hope he win. I hope he get that shit. For real though, because that cop was out of pocket and that's on bro. Anyway, they need to take these flash cameras down because these flash cameras gonna get somebody killed. I'm for real. I mean, like shit, gang. I'm telling you, I'm not playing. I'm just keeping it a book. Like, you know what I'm saying? These black cameras is crazy as hell because, like, these cops, like, start messing with this, like, family or whatever, whatnot. And he was, like, saying the tag was like stolen or whatever when like the like you know what I'm saying the license plate was stolen. How the license plate was gonna be fucking stolen? The license plate was not stolen. For real though, he just made that shit up so he can like you know fuck around. That's about it. He detained these people and he heard that like this dude's daughter and their baby was up in the car and his girlfriend was up in the car that owned the car or whatever whatnot. And the other dude pulled out the blink and started pointing it at the goddamn car. Like, for real, I'm like, what the? I'm not even joking, gang. That shit was crazy as hell. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, that fucking idiot. Like, damn, he up there just ready for action. Motherfucker just got his blink up there pointing it at the car. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, for real though. Got his lady up at the car or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Up there put handcuffs on her and put handcuffs on him. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. When they like ran the place, it came back legit. For real, because they don't got shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they had to let him go. They had to let him go for real now. ASAP. For real though. And that's what happened. And that's on bro. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. You enjoyed the video. Hit the bell notification so you see my next upload and my next post. And I make sure I make another one tomorrow. Oh yeah, you can check out my previous videos if you like it. So long, farewell, goodbye.